Hi. So I started shuffling these cards thinking, what shall I read on? And these three cards came out, and it was clear to me what Spirit was like, read on this. We have something we want to read on. So let's do that. This was pretty obvious to me immediately. We've got Donald Trump as the star right now, and boy, is he enjoying it. I've been thinking, like, something has shifted in him with this coronavirus disaster. And it's all here in the past. Well, first of all, here's the coronavirus disaster, and this is us, poor and needy and sick. And here he is beneath the surface. I've got all the stuff. You don't have it. You better be nice to me. Which is how he's acting to the governors, and it's disgusting, and it's so childish, and I feel the childishness of it. It's as basic as you think it is. Just like, oh yeah, so the way he initially started handling the coronavirus was just like, he didn't want to look at it, he didn't want to face it. Like, people are thinking from the start he had some master plan, and I really don't think he did. I think he just was enjoying the way the stock market looked and the way he could talk about his economy, and he liked going out to his rallies, and he wanted the workers to keep working for the, work for his economy. And he just didn't, he was just in the past just stupid and foolish with the coronavirus. And but something has shifted, and he realized, like, I can get out there. It's like someone described it as now the coronavirus, a daily news conference, is just like a little rally for him to have. He's just the star of the show, and he's just loving it. And so, yeah, this is him. This is how it started, and now he's going out there and pretending. He's realizing there's different ways he can take advantage of this moment and go out there. And now, if this was upright, this is a noble knight, passionately going to fight for something. And there's something about this, specifically this knight is a knight that's in control of his horse, but upside down, he's not in control, and he isn't passionate to help. He's just putting on a show. There's a lot of this showmanship also in this, and his just disgusting behavior. Be nice to me, or you get nothing, because I know everybody's sick and everybody needs and nobody has enough. And I have all the power. It's so childish. It's gross. So what else here? So I thought these two cards were interesting because, first of all, the page has no power. The magician is like the number one power card. And so I thought it was an interesting mix of cards for him. This is sort of him, and then this is the environment he's in. So what I see, first of all, on this card also, this Page of Cups, it's like, this is like a performer, and, he's sort of like, look what do you want a ventilator? I can send you some, but he's putting on a show. He's a clown. I mean, it's interesting because we've got the Fool, the clown, the performer, and he has way too much power. That's, I kind of saw this as like, maybe he's just sort of the face going out in front of cameras, but that the operation is more serious, and that's possible also. Like, that you have a clown in a very serious operation, and this kind of made me feel better. Like, okay, so he's a clown, but things are actually working out well, and that could be actually, because now I'm thinking, like, I think you have some really competent governors out there that are actually going to do good for their state, and they are having to work with not very much and try to find ways to get what their state needs and to organize in their state. I think like California's doing a good job. I think Cuomo's doing a good job in New York. Florida's doing a horrible job because they just want to please Trump. I want to do a read on that probably next, but I think that governor in Michigan is trying to do a good job for her people, and being firm, and that makes Trump mad, and that's why he's punishing her. And I literally, my dad unfortunately is a Trumper, and he lives in Michigan, and I was like, tried to explain the situation to him. He's a Fox News guy. And he, you know, the thing that she felt like he was not giving her the goods that she needed, because he didn't like her attitude. And he was like, "Are you insane? That's not happening." And then he literally came out like minutes later and did a press conference and says, "Yeah, you know, people should act more appreciative to me, or else I'm going to tell them that not to help them out, not to call them back." I mean, he went out and just admitted it. Anyway, sorry, you probably already know that, but okay, so so this is also just an idiot with too much power, but I also do see that there is an operation happening. There are people doing good work, and then the world, I see him as he is just loving being the center of the entire world. I mean, he is in such an ego trip right now with the star in the world, and everyone's looking at me. And he sees this opportunity. Oh, and also this opportunity to use this disaster to sort of become like how in 9/11, George Bush, somehow his ratings went up, because when people are scared and upset, they just, they turn to like whoever's in charge, and they feel just kind of weak, and they just sort of develop an affection or a hope toward that person, and their ratings can go up. Like after any war, the president's ratings go up. So suddenly he's calling it a wartime, we're in a wartime battle against an invisible enemy. He's just like suddenly doing this act, and enjoying it, and then realizing like, oh, and I have all this stuff, and so I can enjoy it in that way. Also, I can show everybody how heartless and ruthless I am, and they'll respect me so much, and they won't respect them. And so here's where it gets interesting to me, is at the end, I get this page of wands, and literally like, I felt no energy from it. It was like, everything was like gone. And I was like, so what is this for Donald Trump? How is this a final outcome? That's such a weird card to get, because there's just no feeling to it. So I tried to think about it, and then I looked it up to see if I would get any clues, and I saw that it can be a fickle person where the obsession gets boring and they sort of walk away. So I thought, well, maybe that means he's going to get bored of it. I mean, this will go on for months, this coronavirus stuff. He might get bored and walk away, and then we're left to pick up the pieces, but that's fine. You know, and then I got this woman, maybe some woman will kind of take over the operation, and then like this temperance was at the bottom, but like then I had a thought, like, is he gone? And it's just sort of was like a whoa. Like, what if he does get bored? No, I don't think he was going to get bored of all this power. But if there's some way that he leaves the presidency, or is just somehow, I don't know how, but like, that's what I feel at the outcome of this is just, he's gone. He's just not there anymore. And I'm like, is his mentally just sort of diminishing? No, he's just not there. He's not there. And like this, I would see as sort of like an interim between Trump and the presidency and the new election would be an interim period where, you know, like you, and then I said, okay, I need clarity. I get a Queen of Pentacles, and this could be like Pence. Pence, you would not think of as a queen, but I mean, maybe you would. But because he's the number 2 to the king, you know. And then this would be like new. This is like a brand new thing. So if you want to feel like you want to enjoy some hope, I had another reading where I thought I saw Trump in the 2020 election, but I realize now it's because there was an emperor card there. But that can be like the patriarchy. That can be another. That could have be another person in the election. it doesn't have to be Trump. So, you know, maybe he is going to somehow be gone. All I can say is in this, I feel him, I feel him, I feel him. I feel the operation, and then I feel nothing. And that's the long-term outcome, which would be like months, 6 months or something. And then I'm like, clarify, and then it's like, this person's in charge now. And I don't think this is just on the coronavirus. I think that would just be like, this person's in charge, and then this, I feel like something new comes in. So maybe that's that. Oh, and then look, we're all celebrating. So yay. And then like this like when I saw this temperance beneath with this, maybe it was like, enough is enough. Like, this can't keep up. Like, I don't know, maybe like a turning of the, it's just like it gets to be too much and he's got to go. So maybe that's what it is. I sure hope so. I like that outcome. Thanks for watching.